So please provide your name and media affiliation with each question you ask. For those joining us on Zoom, use the raise hand function. If time permits, we will get to your question. And lastly, no video recording whatsoever within this room. With that, Coach May, opening remarks, please.
Hats off to FDU. Incredibly hard to prepare for, such a tough matchup, and their scrappiness, their physicality was exceptional. We just made enough plays to win. We settled in against their press and just had enough in us.
We'll open it up for questions for student athletes first, please. So any questions for Vlad or Jonelle? We'll take them at this time. There in the back first.
They were really getting physical with you in the first half. What was kind of like your reaction and then kind of adjustments in the second half to match that physicality?
I think the biggest, like my problem was not get foul trouble, because often happens like when they physical, I try to be the same physical as they, and that's when I get like my personal fouls. But rather than that, I didn't have like any different thoughts about just play the same level as they and don't get foul trouble.
John L. Bill Bender, Sporting News. You guys, it was tight, back and forth in the second half, but you guys did close the door, and it wasn't quite as crazy as the other night. I mean, after that steal and dunk, did you feel like that was the end and you guys were going to clinch this one?
No, we just got to play through to it's 0-0 on the clock.
Over here on the right.
Evan Shomo, Florida Atlantic Sports Information. John L. Vlad, you guys are going to the Sweet 16. Take a minute, and how does that feel to hear that and know that you're going to be playing in Madison Square Garden, one of the world's famous arenas, if not the most famous basketball arenas, playing in the Sweet 16?
It's just like a blessing too, but we got to work still. And it's like, I'll say, it's a nice place, but we still got to go in there and put the work in, as is like every other gym.
I cannot describe this feeling because like it's Sweet 16, like we've been watching it on TV every March, so it's like I cannot describe these feelings. It's something definitely that I would love to accomplish, and we did it as a group, but I don't think we finished.
Adam.
Adam Jardy, Columbus Dispatch. For both of you guys, just what was it like going against a team that was sort of the Cinderella? I mean, you're playing a team that made history. You guys made your own school's history, but playing a team that I assume a lot of the nation was cheering for as a 16th seed. Did that change anything in your preparation or how you had to approach this game?
Nah, not really. You just bring the best out of us.
Right here.
Jonelle, Ty Belcher, Kent Wyatt. Jonelle, you had 29 points, 12 rebounds, and only 6 missed shots. At what point during the game did you just know that no matter what you were putting up, was just going to fall regardless?
I really don't care about the stats. It's just my team just kept feeding me the ball, and then shots going out, put the work in, and it shows on the box score.
Adam.
Jonelle, I think you were the last guy off the court after you did the interview on TV. What did it feel like running out there with the band playing and everybody kind of going nuts, and you just did what you did? What did that moment feel like for you?
Good moment. I really can't explain that moment, really. I'm just living in the moment, really. That's all.
Right down here.
John L., I actually played against you at Marquette Catholic, and I've seen you and felt you light up gyms before. Talk about your composure and how maybe that helped, and just how it has to be different. I know you say like any other gym, but
just being patient, really. That's all. Like my composure, patient from since day one. The coach believed in me, the team believed in me, and I just stayed patient, waiting on my turn.
Vlad, Jonelle, you're good to go. Thank you. Good luck next week. Questions for Coach May? Rob?
Yeah, Rob Aller, Columbus Dispatch. When you have a team like this, I mean, the tournament's about matchups. It seemed like you guys were somewhat mirror images. How do you handle that? Is that a whole different dynamic than when a team is you really have to prep for?
You said it best. When we saw them advance, we didn't predict that they were going to beat Purdue, but we said they're going to be a very, very tough matchup for the Boilermakers. And we thought we matched up a little bit better with them, but Vlad really impacts the game. This is our 36th game, I believe, 38, including the scrimmage and exhibition. And he's had a major impact in every game that he hasn't been in major foul trouble. So this was probably the first game where their game plan, their speed, their quickness really exposed us by playing big. And we went with Rosado. So yeah, absolutely. When you play a center that has a low percentage and he knocks down a few against Purdue and starts getting his rhythm and confidence, then he obviously 2 days later he feels very good going into the game. And I thought Moore was a major X factor for them.
Over here.
Hey, Coach. Sam Sprunger, Big 10+4 ASAP Network. This is an odd question maybe, but did you ever think at any point in Columbus, Ohio, you would be booed at the team by the team or against the team that you were playing, thinking maybe you would be the Cinderella that everybody was backing up, but tonight you were the ones being booed?
It's a great question. We never felt like we were a Cinderella team. Our league was tough this year. We went into an SEC school and won and have been in some very tough environments. So we never felt like we were a Cinderella story because of our record, because of the players in that locker room. But yeah, we did feel like we'd be able to get the common fan or the extras on our side if we did play Purdue. But obviously when you're playing FDU and they're on the run that they're on, they're easy to root for, especially the way they're playing.
Coach Cameron Sieg with The Athletic. You mentioned you didn't feel like a Cinderella. Is there anything that happened with this group, whether it's something you learned last season or this off season, that has elevated this group to where they are right now, you think?
Well, I've said this several times lately. We won 19 games last year. Nick Boyd was out all season injured, and we felt like we were much better than our record. And as soon as the season was over, their work ethic, their attention to detail was elevated. And I think we were 8-8 last year early in the season. And then we played well down the stretch. We played the younger guys. They started feeling good about themselves, Davis and Rosado and Nick Boyd and Martin and those guys. And so we felt like we were on the verge. And once we got a couple wins early, then I think we believed that we belonged. And we played against Detroit Mercy, and it's one of my mentors, Mike Davis. And we played really well in a couple games in the MTE. And he came into our locker room and spoke to our team. And he told our guys, he said, this is one of the best teams in the country. You guys may not believe it, but there's only going to be about 5 real basketball teams that they're all about the team, no individual ego. And where you guys are right now, if you keep going, you could be one of those 5, and you could be one of the best teams in the country. And everyone in our locker room had their eyes were as wide as wide as eyes could be. And so at that point, they started thinking like maybe we are better than what we thought going into it. We were picked 5th in our league pre-conference. So yeah, there's been a lot of moments, but I think as we won, our work ethic, our work capacity increased instead of feeling too good about ourselves, and I think that's the biggest. That's a testament to our character.
We'll head to Zoom for our next question. Zachary, Palm Beach Post. Go ahead.
Hey, Coach. First of all, congratulations. Obviously, there was a couple times in the past 2 games that you guys went on insane runs after being down, but you guys have been in every type of situation. Do you feel like that sort of helped, that sort of game time experience in the regular season helped for kind of games like this?
Absolutely. Just the belief. We've been in these situations before numerous times, and we found a way, and usually it's different ways. So absolutely, I think our guys believed, even when we were down 7 points, I think they believed we were going to find a way.
We'll take the last question for Coach. Richard on Zoom. Richard, go ahead.
Hey, Coach. Congrats on the win. Now that you're heading to Madison Square Garden to take on Tennessee in the Sweet 16, how are you guys approaching that matchup?
We're going to study Australian rugby rules and get ready for the Vols.
Thanks, Coach. Good luck next week.
Thank you, guys.